We'll
Oh,
put an Owen right on there.
oh, the big O.
Hang on. I got you. How come he's not?
Oh, oh.
There we go.
Can
There
you
we
can you
go.
hear us now?
All
Loud and
right.
clear, buddy.
All
We
right.
just brought you right on, right
Yeah,
from the start.
right from the get go there.
7:30, man. Y'all are like running a racetrack, so I didn't want to make y'all late for your broadcast. I hate being late when I start the races, so let's get it done on time and get going.
Right, right. Everybody pack the track.
Exactly, exactly. Get out there. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Well, so you're down there about what 6, 7 hours from us, South Texas. What's the weather like down there? Because right now it's hot as hell up here.
It hadn't been bad because it's raining.
Oh, it's
It's
been
been
raining.
raining for 2 days. Oh yeah, it's been raining for 2 days. It's about 88 degrees because of the cloud cover, so hadn't been bad at all down here. Just a lot of rain.
Oh, that's good. I thought I seen somebody on like a 4 day group or something was asking something about it, saying it was a burn ban down there. But that's good. You are getting some rain. I know South Texas has been suffering for some rain until I guess until I went to Australia. It flooded everything down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Once you left, we got plenty of rain around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been raining pretty good here as well. So no doubt, it's we got a lot lately. We need it in the watershed. I tell you what. So people got 150-foot piers over here, and they got to mow under them every day. So it's at the lake. It's pretty important. We need a little water, So it's
Yeah.
just a mud hole. All we got is a mud pond at this point, and the racetrack struggling as well. To be honest with you, when I dug the ponds years ago, took an excavator as deep as it would go because we wanted to be in the water table so it would fill back up naturally.
Yeah.
It's a little salty. I'd suggest washing your cars after your race.
I
Just to be
haven't.
honest. Yeah, well,
I mean, I know
better
I
check.
raced there in December, but
Yeah, you ain't watched it since. You
I
might
haven't
have a little
watched
rust
it.
going from that. But no, really, we dug them deep so that we get a little natural income because we're so close to the coast. But yeah, it's tight right now. The water levels are low.
Well, I seen some pictures of the race ranch there. I guess it was a week or two ago, and I think y'all was advertising people coming out and doing some mudding or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a big rain deal there, and we were supposed to race. We rained out the races, and we cleaned off the infield because we're building a new go kart track, and we're making it like the one you drove on in the February races there, Billy. But so we're building a new track, and man, it was just flat surface with a lot of rainwater on it. We invited them out. We only sent 3 to the hospital. It wasn't a bad weekend, really.
Yeah. Well, anytime there's a mud run, if somebody doesn't go to the hospital, it wasn't a success.
Exactly. I mean, that's a standard issue.
Yeah, that's part of it. Now, I know you've done a bunch of promotion stuff. Me and you talked about all this stuff a lot, and I know you at one point you were doing big mud events out there in the field behind the track. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So we've cleared that land to get back to that if we want to get there. Um, in 2012, 2011 through 2014, we did a lot of mud events there. We called it Mudfest, and I had big bands, music wise, like the Lax, big mud bands,
Yeah.
that go to these deals all over, rednecks with paychecks, all that type things. We did a bikini contest, and a heavy set man named Jeff won. It wasn't pretty. We
He had
he
the
could
biggest.
hold a lawn chair under one tit. I think that's what did it for him. It was pretty impressive.
Uh,
No, really, we had a lot of fun doing Mudfest, but it was very dangerous. It's risky, right? So there's a lot of fighting. You go by and throw some mud on somebody, they get all mad and they're all drunk. They go start whooping somebody's ass. It gets entertaining on that side, which I guess ain't always entertaining. And then some of it just got a little dangerous, right? A little risky. And then I sold the track, and they didn't really do much after that. New owners kind of interested in doing it again, and I'm kind of going, well, if y'all want to, but here's the challenges, right? So
yeah.
the best job on the property is honestly driving the water truck, because you just drive the water truck in circles. The ladies walk up, and once you spray them off and you barely turn the PTO on, then you slam the gas, blow the bikini off, and everybody goes crazy. So you got 50 guys following the water truck all over the damn property. It's entertaining to say the least.
Yeah. That's the easy job, huh?
Yeah. I volunteered every time.
Yeah. Oh, did you now? Yeah. No, I got it. I'll take care of that.
Don't tell my wife. She's watching and listening.
That water truck's finicky. You got to run it just right.
Yeah, I'm the only one
Exactly.
that knows how to run it. I don't want you burning up the
you're
clutch.
exactly right. Yeah. Don't want to hurt that thing.
Yeah. So you run a bunch of different stuff. You got South Texas Race Ranch that you're running. You got HMP Oval asphalt track that you're running. You do the go-kart stuff. Are you running any other series or anything like that?
Well, me and Kay are partners in a business called IES, Innovative Event Services.
Yeah.
So with that, we're doing some other stuff. For instance, and we hope everybody comes out to the Hopper Summer Shootout at Texana Raceway Park. 5,000 to win limiteds, 5,000 to win factory. And me and KRB are there putting that event on, helping them. They hired us and our company to come there. I think we got the Spooker and a few other events on the books already. So we're trying to do as many races as we could possibly do to help racetracks that maybe aren't prepared for a big race.
Yeah.
We got a ton of experience between us. I mean, between us, we're 50 plus years. Plus, we got with everybody else, our help, our staff is solid. So we got a pretty solid situation there to bring to a racetrack and help. So that's kind of where it's at. And then so we're doing a few events there as well. And then obviously Big O Screens. I got a call from the Moonies at Batesville wanting me to do Topless 100, and I'm like, oh shit! All right, so I got Corpus running that night. I got Houston running on the same night, which are always tough. The logistics running two racetracks, and you got to be both places.
Yeah,
and now
they're not close to each other at all.
Yeah, only 4 hours.
Yeah.
Now I got Topless 100 to go manage too. So in Batesville, Arkansas. So that's a little further away. But
when is that again?
That's August 15th and 16th, the Topless 100 in Batesville. So you in or what? You riding? I'll pick you up on the way.
I had to check my calendar. I'm supposed to go to Street Stock Super Nationals and I don't remember what week that is. I think it's the second weekend of August.
And that Little Tex race is supposed to be sometime in August too, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know because I went to the Topless. Oh my God, that was like 25 years ago. I think Bloomquist might have won it. Yeah,
nice.
I was a kid. I still have some hats somewhere. I wore them until all the little titties come off of the strap.
Hell yeah. And then we got the Factory Stock Frenzy. I'll be doing that the second week of August. I guess it's the 8th and 9th. I'll be up there with a big screen.
Yeah.
Probably see some Jesse and Billy Meazell racing in that. Maybe some Lee there.
Yeah,
I don't know which one we're going to go, but the Factory Stock Frenzy be a good event for us too. So we'll be up there supporting Peyton Taylor with the Big O screen as well. So got a lot with the Big O screen on top of racetracks. So it's a busy time.
Now we advertise this screen on here a lot. Exactly how big is this damn thing? Because all I know is I just say it's fucking big, and I don't know exactly the measurements on it.
It's 23 feet wide. The screen itself, not the trailer. Trailer's 31 feet long, but the screen itself's 23 feet wide by 13 feet tall. It's the largest mobile screen you can purchase and run. It's the only one in Texas, and completely self-contained. So we have our own. I have my own generator, my own Wi-Fi, my own everything. I show up and can run your event with no issues, and get everything you need done. And I produce all my own shows. So we have our own production software, and we run our own production, and even produce commercials. Like I told them at Batesville, just send me your sponsors. I'll make the commercials for you, and it's all part of the package. We show up and we run all your stuff for you, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's awesome, man. Every time I've been somewhere where you had the screen set up, especially down there at the race ranch when you had it in the pits, and we could watch. We was like during the day you had movies playing on it, or it was football games and stuff. And I mean that was real neat. And then sitting at your pit or in lineup, and you can see the races going on, and it sure helps keep your you know where you're at. Instead of having to have somebody run back and forth up to the track or watching my race pass or something like that. It's very that's such a cool deal. You can see that thing in the whole pit area. It's so big. You got it telescopes way up. I mean,
Yeah, got to go 12 feet in the air and spin 360 degrees. So it's a neat tool. And you're right. What I try to tell promoters a lot of times is just run in the pits. I promise it won't be disappointing. We did it at Northwest Florida Speedway for the Clash on the Coast, and we had it in the pits. And man, I'd go down there and look, make sure everything was working right. And I was helping Peyton because he didn't have a lot of scoring help, and so I was running the transponder system for. But I'd run down there and see how I was going, and the crowd. There was lawn chairs and people everywhere, just sitting there watching. They didn't even go watch the races at the track, and they're away. They're watching that damn screen, and they just enjoying the shit out of it. So no, it adds some value.
I remember you having it in the infield in December there at the race ranch, and I was in the infield of the track watching the screen.
Yeah,
because it was that much of of a cool experience just sitting there.
Right. I mean, my brother and his wife, she works for Texas Motor Speedway, and she would always get us in the infield, and we'd party and have a great time until they started racing. Then we'd sit in the motorhome and watch the race on TV.
Yeah.
You might step out and listen to them, but I mean, it was just way easier to watch. You got the replays and all that stuff,
and it's a long fall to the ground if you're drunk on the motorhome.
Yeah, definitely.
From what I hear.
Yeah, that'd never happen to you, would it?
No, I don't even drink.
Exactly. No, the Big O screen's kind of cool. I hope it's a welcome addition to racing. So obviously, always trying to change the face of racing for the better, right? That's all just like y'all doing this right here. How do we keep making things better? And that's a piece of it. So I'm about as cheap as you can possibly get for one of these. Like it's so far outside what everybody expects or would think. And I do it because I love racing and I want racing to be successful and I want people to enjoy what they got. And I think it's pretty important. So just keep growing racing is important.
Oh, absolutely. I remember me and you was talking about the prices that some other people were telling you that they have for those screens that weren't even the same size as your screen. And I was like, oh my God, how could anybody afford that? And I think you go at a lot better. You have the same mindset I do. Is it's easier to sell 1 million things for $1 than it is one thing for $1 million.
Absolutely, 100% agree. It's definitely easier. So and I think we sold more racetracks that way, but racetracks are a tough sell. As a promoter myself, I already know how difficult it is to make a buck. So why make it even harder on them? Give them something for the right price that could possibly help them and do the right thing for them. So that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skinny here, he says those big screens are cool. One year at California Speedway, we sat on the trailer and watched the big screen because you could see what was going on, just like Billy said.
Yeah.
And Jordan here says we're both glitching, but I think we found out why our end's doing it. It should be better next week. So
yeah, well,
hopefully.
This is actually
I mostly see y'all glitching
in real life.
Yeah. That's just flashing lights.
We glitch in real life. We're like Bigfoot. Sometimes I'm blurry.
I really thought I was just blinking a lot. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, so I stole a 50-foot USB cord one time. It might be longer than that. Yep. I don't know. But I stole a 50-foot USB cord one time from somewhere. And, of course, here it is biting me in the ass.
Right. I had it all wadded up, coiled up. And then I thought, I don't remember what it was, but there was something that I used one time and it said, be sure not to coil it up. So I strung it way out in the yard and way back, straightened it all out, and it's still glitching. But when I plug the camera directly in the computer, it doesn't do it. So Billy ordered another cable, and hopefully we'll be better next week.
Yeah. It should be here on Amazon. I ordered it 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, right. Be dropping in with a drone.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting to watch y'all like that. It's okay. It kind of keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think some people don't even look at us anyway; they just listen. So
Hopefully nobody has epilepsy or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you might have caused a few to have epilepsy at this point.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking helping Peyton Taylor, and I saw a post from him earlier this week. And he was really down on all the track bashing and all that stuff. And my comment on there was you'll never get, I don't know it word for word, but basically you'll never get more complaining than you will from the fifth place finisher in a mini stock main event. But
the most complaining I ever see on a post is people that don't even go to the damn track.
right. I was talking with a buddy of mine one time that drove late models, and just about everything he's like, you know, us guys that run the late models every week, we understand this can go wrong, that can go wrong, drivers can make mistakes, tracks can have a bad night, whatever. But he's the one that got me kind of watching that, and he's like, but mini stock guys, like, they seem to not understand any of it. Like, they'll fight each other. They're mad at the track. They're telling other drivers they shouldn't be in that division. Like, what division are you going to start in? You know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so we don't run many stocks down here much, right? Like never. And this weekend was our first weekend. Now that y'all bring that up, we actually
Really?
had sport compacts at the track Saturday night, and the one thing that I took in, I think the most was that guy on the receiver cussing at us. We don't like being cussed at. We don't like cuss words. And I was like, well, y'all came to an adult track.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I've been racing in kiddie land, but you're in an adult track. So literally, and I don't want to bash them guys. I thought they did a good job, and I was proud to have them. And I'll be honest with you, can't wait to have them back. And we got a 2,000 to win, so I definitely won't make it seem wrong. But literally, I called them out on the track, and 3 of them went to the infield instead of going on the track. And I'm going like, well, what are we doing? This is embarrassing. I'm trying to get a show in. There was just a lot of weirdness, and maybe it's just because they don't come enough, right? So. And as Billy probably can attest to, I'm kind of a hard ass on the receiver. I try to represent my show very well. Like, I want this to be good. I want to start on time. I want to run races back to back. I want to have a good quality show at a timely manner for the crowd. I'm all about how do I make this show good for the crowd. Of course, we wound up flipping one sport compact. We wound up stuffing one head on the wall that caught a big old fire. It was like, holy cow.
The crowd loves that kind of shit, though, right?
Yeah. They took longer than the wedding at intermission. It was like, God dang. So we had a wedding at intermission. So I was like, oh, man, I got 7 classes tonight, which is the I don't like running more than 4 classes, or 5, but it is what it is, right? Sometimes it all falls in place, and then here we are, and then we get a wedding, and I'm sure y'all both got married at a racetrack, so you know how it is. But goddamn, you gotta have a wedding at the racetrack. So we got through that in about 28 minutes, and I was over there in their ass about y'all need to hurry up, just say them vows, let's get the hell out of here. We had a great crowd. Yeah, we had a big crowd. One of our might have been our best crowd of the year, and a great car count, and it was a really good night of racing down here in Corpus the last race. So excited to see that and keep trying to build. So, but yeah, sport compacts. I don't know, and they've asked for another date. So I'm like, well, I guess I haven't hurt their feelings too bad.
Yeah.
Talking about on the receiver, I was at a 2-day race one time at Cocopah Speedway. And the second day we go recheck in or whatever, just let them know that you're still there and still going to race. And the guy was super nice, and he's like, glad to have you. And, you know, how is it? And this is right at the end of I was getting a divorce anyway. And I jokingly told him, but I kind of serious, kind of joking. You're like, I said, man, the only thing is that woman yelling at us on the receiver the whole time. I'm like, I could have stayed home and got that. You know? but other than that, yeah, it's
speaking of divorces, look at Brad's comment there.
Yeah, we got some to go through.
Yeah. Owen, you do make some badass trophies. Both of you guys do. Owen's got that laser cutter, and I got to
Right.
watch him do some work down there last year. And man, that thing is neat as hell. Like that's way too sophisticated for my way of thinking. So it's got lasers in it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've said they are very cool. Very, very cool stuff. And then you were talking about hustling your show along when that one come in. And so Lance says you do a great job at it. Brad Dixon, a divorce at intermission would sell tickets, he says. So,
yeah. I know a few people that's started the process of getting a divorce.
But biggest cheer, does she get to keep the kids? Does he get to keep the kids? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I really think a Jerry Springer intermission would be all right. I mean, as long as it didn't get too drawn out. But you bring him out with the girlfriend and then her out in the divorce, and shit would be on, I promise.
Yeah.
And then here's your dad with a dad joke.
Yeah, my dad with the dad joke here.
He says, Owen, ask you who you're Pittman for.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times, and evidently I only pit for myself. Sorry, because I used to race cars. I don't know if y'all know that, but I drove a few times, and I was at Thunderhill Speedway on asphalt, and my cousin Wayne was running the series that me and him owned together, which was the Texas Asphalt Modified Series, but I was still racing. He had his back broken in San Antonio Speedway by the fire truck hit him, so it kind of ruined his racing career. But anyway, so we built the series, and then I still race. So I was driving a car for a guy I call Flash, and really nice hog chassis with the Ford motor. And man, I went on the first lap, and my cousin brought me a tire from Alexander's, had it in the shop, and we used to build cars and work for cars for them guys. And it's a brand new tire on a brand new rim. Like, man, this is good. So I put it on my right rear. Hell yeah, so staggers right. Everything's perfect, right? And this is asphalt. So I went out, and immediately it was like, what the hell? And I was like, shit, he brought me a rim that's bent as hell. So I had to pull in the pits, get out of my car, change my own tire, get back in my car. So the only pit man I had was Owen. And meanwhile, my best buddy at the time, one of my best buddies, John Heineman, he wrecks on the first lap. That big wreck on the green flag. He pulls in. He has 5 guys show up, change both tires, fix all kinds of shit. He hauls ass before I do. I finally get buckled up back in. I take off, following behind him, and we start 24th and 23rd. And I think we made it to about 8th and 9th before somebody cut across the track, knocked the rear end completely out of the car. And I was like, well, I'm not fixing that one. So, and that was the end point of my racing career. I said, man, I think that's all I want to do. I became a championship and had a good time. So gave up on that whole trying to race your own business is tough.
I've been waiting on you to hop in one of those Crown Vics.
Nah. So there's a story behind that too. And we'll get to the question here in a second, or the comment, but the Crown Vics is, or any race car. So y'all know the guy in Goliad. I wish I could think of his name right now. He broke his back in a dwarf car, honestly, and he died. And he was a great promoter. He worked hard. He took that track on and did a great job. Really good guy. And he wound up breaking his back in a dwarf car and dying with a year or two later. Sad deal and bad deal. But he got challenged by racers to go race a dwarf car, and he loved to race, so he did it. So ever since then, I've made it a point, and I've told my wife and I told myself that I won't get back in a race car to race anything until I'm not a promoter no more, period. Yeah. It's kind of just a mental jinx, right? Like your head's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk anything that could risk my family and all that. So I hadn't been back in a race car or a go-kart even. So I got guys like constantly, man, we got go-karts, just get in and go.
I'll tell you right now, the go-karts are harder on you than the race car.
Oh, yeah. I don't even like going to a local go-kart track.
I drove that one down there. I don't remember. I think that was last February or whenever it was. I was down there. I had bruises all over my damn body from that thing. And then we raced some go-karts. It just one of those, like, over here where they're the Mario Andretti experience or whatever, but I don't remember what it was called over there. But it was the exact same setup. Oh my! I had bruises. I was so damn sore for the next few days after that. But yeah, go karts wear you out way more than a damn race car.
Yeah.
TJ on here. he
So the
said
guy was Jim Scrivito. Jim Scrivito was the guy at Goliad that passed away.
Okay.
Anyway,
I've heard that
I
name.
wanted to clear that. Yeah,
I've heard that.
he was a good promoter. Came out of California, owned a motorcycle shop in California, like in Malibu, and sold it to come buy a racetrack in Goliad, Texas, that was shut down. Unbelievable story. And then unfortunately, he flips a dwarf car like 3 times and breaks his back, and he's paralyzed. And he did a good job. He still announced from a wheelchair, as I remember it. Overall, just a really good dude, and very unfortunate. So now, ever since then, I gave that all up. So
Well, dwarf cars are always that I see how everybody talks about how fast they go because I give them some shit online. But then you look at the tubing and it's like this big, and I'm like, those things are going way too fast for that small a tubing for me. I'd rather have something that's a little more.
and they have doors that open. Like I watched them go down Cotton Bowl Speedway, literally in a 3/8 mile track, and down the back straightaway, the drivers had doors wide open, like it popped open, and I'm like, how the hell's the door open on this thing? This is not safe to me.
Why does it have a door? What the hell?
Well, dude, you can't get in without a door. And those windows are small. Like your head barely going on that damn thing, Billy. You can't fit your body in there.
TJ says, "Yeah, but you'll cut 500 donuts on that Ranger."
Look, don't worry about what I'm doing in the Ranger. Don't worry about what I've got going on in that Ranger. It don't even run right now. I have no idea why.
That thing's Hey, that's called track prep, TJ. Track prep.
Yeah. But me and Owen went out. We might have had a few beers. We might have had we don't even drink, but maybe 2 beers, maybe that many too, maybe 1.5. I don't know. And they were like Bush NAs or something. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And we just wanted to taste our mouth. Well, and then we went out and prepped the track the night before, and it guess what? It turned out to be perfect the next day. Now the guy blading and watering the track calls him next morning, asking him why. Hey, somebody did a bunch of donuts on the track last night after you left. No.
I don't know who that was, but they're kicked out if I figure it out.
But I'll be damned if the next night the track wasn't absolutely perfect.
Hey, those were some of the best tracks we ever seen, right? I mean, that track was killer.
2 in a row, and even that one had a bunch of rain on it and stuff. I mean, hell, you just when you know stuff, and Owen knows the secret ingredients.
Right? Yeah.
There's got to be a plan. There's got to be a plan. Me and Billy had the plan. That's all I'm telling you. So
exactly.
We're not going to share it with anybody. We're going to keep that to ourselves.
I hate to know what he does at the asphalt track to get it ready.
And even if it goes wrong, you still got to know what not to do. I mean, it's still learning.
It's all a process.
Yeah. No, we pretty much we kept our track pretty hard, so it's not like you could dent it with a damn 4-wheeler anyway or a Polaris. So yeah. TJ was at the races this weekend.
Yeah. That's what he was saying. He said
he commented earlier that he brought 7 people that had never been before, and they all enjoyed it. Thought it was great.
I love that guy. If I can get 10 more like him, maybe 100 more like him, we actually might make money at this deal. It'd be pretty cool.
When I raced at Bakersfield Speedway, Scott Schweitzer, and it wasn't like a given thing, but I would talk to people and they'd be like, "Oh, I never raced down there. I never did." And I'd call Scott and I'd be like, "Hey, can I offer these guys like 2 or 3 free pit passes if they'll come down their first time? Just come down here and try it." And he'd be like, "Hell yeah," And so I'd tell him, I'd be like, "Hey, Scott said he'll give you 2 or give you 3 or whatever if you guys want to come down, and try it down here, And that was like, he never announced that to other people that he'd do that, but he never turned me down if I was talking to somebody and had somebody that had never raced or maybe hadn't raced there in years even.
I love bringing people that's never raced to the track and bringing them. Hey, no, you got to come in the pits with me. You got to get in the middle of it all. And I think a lot of the problem with somebody goes to the track on their own, just being curious, like and I don't even see tracks doing it much anymore. But at the auto parts store, and they'll have free tickets out for some big show or whatever, and kind of like they do for monster trucks or some shit. Well, people will show up that's just curious about it. Well, they don't know who to root for.
Yeah.
You ain't got nobody to root for. But if you go with somebody and you can be like, oh yeah, well you're with me, so obviously you're gonna root for me. But that's a guy to watch, and that's a guy to watch, and I think that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal for people is have somebody to root for. Like if I don't go to the races unless I'm racing or we have a car there, because mostly I'm lazy and I don't want to go out in the heat and all that stuff.
Right.
But if I don't know people that's racing there, if I'm not there in the middle of it, it just doesn't work for me.
We had a pro stock IMCA modified match race. Me and Robbie Sawyer. I was getting up there in age. He's a young guy, young, cocky. He's one of those guys that were hated at the racetrack.
Yeah.
He was an aggressive driver, no apologies, no would flip off the crowd, would, if they booed him, whatever. He was that guy.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed being that guy. And I was kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. We had stuff going on, and they asked me, if I would bring in a pit guy, so it worked out really nice to have. I was the good guy, he was the bad guy. We had this match race, 2 different divisions going on, and it packed the stands because that's what it got promoted as. The young guy in the A-Mod, the old beer belly fan favorite in the old Flatty Patty street stock, and of course my car blew up hot lapping, so I had to jump in somebody else's, but I still put down the fastest lap in a car I'd never even been in. But anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of that gives something that brought a crowd because it just gives them something to be a part of.
I think that'd be a cool deal. Owen's got all the opportunity in the world to do something cool like that at either track. I think you've got some pretty good characters that show up at both tracks. It seems like I've only got to go to the asphalt track once, but and every time I go to one of his tracks, Jared Mompin wins, and I don't know what's up with that. But
the kid's good. I can't explain it either, but he's good.
So good.
He's really good. So so we got Houston coming up right this weekend with sprint cars. Sprint cars in Houston ought to be just insanity. Looking forward to it. And then of course we got the Crown Vics, Billy. We got the 5.0 still out there for you, buddy. Anytime you want to come back, I just got to buy like 8 more tires for your ass because you burned them all.
My apologies. I thought that's what you were supposed to do, is flat-footed all the way around.
Yeah, well, you can if you can afford the tires.
We'll get with Chris. I'll get with Chris, and we'll drag some more tires down there.
Yeah, well, now we're running racing tires on that car, so that's even better for you. So the older cars get to run racing tires, newer cars still on street tires. Evens feel pretty good, but we have a $200 rental program there in Houston where you can rent a car, and then we're going to drag some of those, maybe 5 or 6 of them down to Corpus and do some dirt stuff with them too. We got the cops versus the fire department. That's going to do an event, and then we're going to do some celebrity, local TV, radio stuff. Going to go real slow around there, so none of them ever go fast. But we'll let them get in there and drive around the circle. So it's easy on tires.
I still think you need to paint them and litter them up as in the different characters. You know what I mean? That way nobody who's driving it, like monster trucks. Everybody's like, "Oh, Gravedigger," all that kind of shit. I think if you did that, I think that'd be cool for the kids at least.
Yeah, that one that's all beat to hell, that's white with the number 50 on it, it's going to get changed over, and it's going to be going to have a big old giant infield tractor tire on the hood, and it's going to be the infield tractor tire car. It'll be a good celebrity car, but we're going to do a lot of that. We're working on a 5.0, the Popo car, right? The black and white. And then we got a red one that's going to be a fireman's car. And yeah, exactly right. Let's work on that whole WWE monster truck type deal, right? It's pretty good stuff.
I think that's such a cool deal, especially with the rental deal, man. The week I went down there was the first time he'd really advertised doing that, as far as I know. And during their mission, they're hunting Easter eggs. It was Easter weekend, and I can't tell you how many people was coming up to Owen asking about it.
Yeah.
And I think all of them got sold out before the races were over.
Yeah,
And
it's funny.
and it's such a cool deal, man. I like every track should do that.
Hey, so funny story. This guy comes up to Billy and is saying, "Oh, I don't want to rent that turd you're in because it doesn't have a positive traction rear end. That car over there does." Well, I can tell you right now, the car he was talking about that he wanted to rent was a limited slip rear end. It was not, and the car Billy was in had a welded rear end. So it's like this dude has no clue, but by God, he knows better than Billy. And Billy's like, "Did you see me out there doing donuts?"
Right.
I actually had to show him. I was like, "You look, there's 2 black marks where I spun out."
Yeah, you were on the gas the whole damn time.
Yeah, trust me, they're both pulling. I burnt both rear tires off of it.
Yeah, it's great. So Mike Riley says, "I need a coach, Billy." Mike Riley will be there with his son-in-law racing the 17 and 17M this Saturday, July 5th at Houston.
Well, he don't need
I think we got
me.
3 or 4 rented right now, but we'll have a full field of rentals. I'm sure it's not hard, it's not expensive, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll see what Billy's supposed to be.
$200 won't put you in debt. $200 won't put you in debt. But if I was to pay $200 to race a race car for the first time, I would be in debt probably for the rest of my life.
That's the thing. It's that first hit.
It's
the first hit.
You're basically the drug dealer right now, going, "Here, the first one's on me."
Yeah. Abernathy asking about KR going to drive one. Well, we had KR coming to the rain out on June 14th. KR was getting back in a race car, got him a driving suit, did everything. He's ready to go. Dude, the wheelman back in a race car. He's coming.
You got a seat big enough for him?
Yeah, that one. Those cars with the full containment seats, he'll fit. So we're ready to go with KR to come down there. And I had him lined up for the 17M. Well, Chad and his boy, both great racers, man. Honestly, I don't know if you know, but Ty Abernathy won both the races at Rocket last race, Friday and Saturday. So Ty and Chad were both coming down to race against KR. And I'm going to put them in the biggest turds I had, right? Like the one you drove. I want to put them in the biggest turd just because I think they could go out there and give old Wheelman a little hell with the old cars. And honestly, the old car, the 30 car, which looked terrible. I'm sure, Billy, you saw it.
Yeah, I drove it. I drove it at Race Ranch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the one you drove at Race Ranch, about halfway through, you said, "I needed a beer, so I pulled off." That car wound up winning the last race at Houston. Yeah. So with Boy in it, we call him Boy.
Yeah, I know Boy.
Anyway, he, Boy. Anyway, they those old cars, they'll play in the game, man. They're fun.
The old white 50 car, it wasn't lacking on power. It was just lacking on grip. I think it was obvious it could get the tires to spin. It wasn't a problem getting the tires to spin.
I think it was lacking on your foot. Yeah, your foot would come off the bottom of the pedal like
it was funny.
I mean,
I was watching video of it, and the video is focused on the leaders up here, racing. They was putting on a good show racing. But then you see everybody looking over like this, pointing, and it's me. I'm a straightaway behind, and I just lighting them up all the way around the turn. Everybody was pointing. I was like, all right, that's what I came there to do.
Yeah, no, you definitely had people talking, and all the way to the point where they're like, "Well, that car is not positive traction, even though both tires are spinning." I'm like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I couldn't convince that guy to do it. I actually went in the infield and did a burnout just to make sure that I was right.
Yeah.
I
don't know about that.
The problem, it's his head.
KR's got to get a triple extra large helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. I love him. He's my partner, so he does a good job.
Well, we got to give KR a hard time because he's going to give us a hard time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was in good humor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Best of the best. So y'all need to get him on here to talk about promoting stuff.
Well,
All we
that's
talk
kind
is
of
BS. I'm happy to talk about promoting stuff y'all like to, but I see Chris Walter sent us some checkered white and black flags. He's a black flag guy, but he's my flag man in Corpus, and he's also runs a lot of stuff for me. So him and his
oh
wife
yeah,
they do a good job and help us out.
oh
But
yeah. Chris is a good dude. He works his ass off down there every time I've been there. So
yeah, you saw him when we did the outlaw. He was running that time. He happened to be. He'll do whatever we ask of him, and he
yeah.
was running lineup. And you know how hard lineup is. Him and his
Oh
wife just their ass all night. And it was like, hell yeah. He's been a flag man this year, and he's done a good job. He's been studying. You can tell. Chris is one of
yeah.
those guys. He's been studying. So it went from he just wave a flag. Now he's got 2 flags and he's doing tricks and shit. Like, God damn.
He's
Oh,
getting into it.
Oh yeah. So I like it. The crowd likes that's what it's about, right? So a flag man to me is honestly just about the crowd. We talk to the drivers as the race direction. We talk to the drivers. They have lights. Half of them, only flag they care about is checker flag. The rest of that shit's just a waste of time.
I'll be honest. I can't even see the fucking flags half the time. I'm half blind, partially deaf. You know. So yeah. When I see people start pulling off the track, I'm like, oh, I guess it's over with. I'll let off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that usually gets you an ass chewing on the receiver.
Yeah.
That this week.
I get a lot of those ass chewings because I'm old school. I stay in the gas till the green light goes off and the yellow comes on. It doesn't matter what flag I've seen. Like, shut the green light off, and I'm gonna let off the gas.
I've almost wrecked people that I'm like running like second or third, and they go under the checker and they just shut it down in the turn one, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like we're still in the gas
Right,
here.
yeah.
At least slowly shut her down. Don't get on the brakes. But yeah. So what are some future plans from promoting big events? Joey wants to ask.
Well, IES, it's Innovative Event Services. It's me and KR, we're partners in the business, just like with the Atzenhofer Summer Shootout I told you about a while ago, 5,000 in factory, 5,000 limited. Can't thank Cord Beard enough for hiring us to come run the event for them and help them out. But IES is going to do a lot of event stuff. We're working on a big event in obviously Texana, big event there at Tri-State Speedway, and we're also doing a lot of go-kart research. We're going to do a big North Texas go-kart event. Like, it's going to be good. It's going to be something go-karting hasn't seen. I promise. Yeah. It's going to be different. It's going to be kick-ass. And then obviously we'll come back and do our February deal. We're going to do the Sparkling City Classic, which is a Corpus event, 3 days, stock cars, IMCA stock car, IMCA mods, 6,000 to win, 600 to start over 3 days. It's 3 separate shows. So we'll have a lot of money paid out in stock cars and mods, and then we'll have factory stocks the same weekend. That'll be a big event for us. Obviously, the shootout, all those are going to be IES events. So they used to be my events. I no longer lease the race ranch. I work for the race ranch. So those events will be leased by IES, though. Those will be race ranch events. They'll be IES events that we function, me and KR. So there's going to be, we got a lot on our plate, and we're focused every day on where to go, what to do next, how big we can make it, how good we can make it, and how good we can make racing. I mean, both our focus is honestly heads up everything we can do to make racing better and make it to where people will come enjoy our races, and we see you guys come have fun with us.
Hey, I'm down. If I don't have something going on, I'm 100% in to come hang out and race or drink beer. Either one, I'm there. You know me.
Yeah. So when are you coming down? You're supposed to be coming down to hang out at the beach. You might as well come down for the Atzenhofer shootout here. Let's go to Texana and hang out and have a good time.
Well, I might have to, detour through. I'll get with you and we'll figure it out because I'm game. So what I got going on is I got to go to Wisconsin for a week, and then I'm coming down there for a few days. Obviously, Donna's is coming in next weekend, and but I also have to get a Crown Vic ready to hit a ramp, and then I've also
Yeah,
got to
you
get
gotta
ready
do
for
that.
I got to get ready for the SuperTech 600, which I'm fairly close on that. If depending on what car I decide to run, but I got to get ready. I got to get that Crown Vic ready too because I think that's going to be a really cool deal.
Yeah. Hey, Dragon Slayer, you ever jump anything?
We used to run some off-road cars back in the day.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously a fabricator, so you can help
Yeah.
prepare the old Crown Vic, right, for a
Oh
big
yeah.
jump.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
smarter than me. I'm going to have to ask him a lot of questions.
so. I've been collecting tires, right? So my guy Zach Freeman, who commented earlier, he's been bringing me tires. We're building up a jump. Like we want him to jump 100 tractor tires, 100 infield tractor tires. I think it'd be cool as hell. Most likely, in my opinion, he's probably going to land on them. It'll probably be a soft landing, like
Right.
a baby's ass. He's going to have it easy, but we're gonna do something freaking cool. And maybe we get you to come down there and help us enjoy that and check it out.
Yeah.
But we're kind of excited about a big infield tractor tire jump. We're going to build that up. It's going to be kick-ass.
It's on my bucket list, and Bubba Seals, the Seals Hot Rod Shop, donated a car for it, and me and Owen had kind of been talking about doing something like that, anyways, and it's all kind of coming together to where we're going to do something crazy here at the end of the year, I think, and I'm excited about it. I just got to make sure that I don't, break my back or something.
Right. Yeah.
If I break an arm or a leg, that's one thing, you know what I mean? But let me just make sure that my back's still good afterwards.
Yeah. So McLeavin there, he's come on, Billy, come drink a beer with us. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to drink a bunch of beer and get loose before I get in the car.
The one from Chris White's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it says planning big events can be stressful, but putting people in the stands is the best. And that,
yeah,
I mean, it's just cool to even be a part of when you fill the stands. Like when you look around and the stands are full, like
Owen, that's Owen's specialty. I feel like he's always really good at making sure the fans are enjoying the show.
Yeah,
and that's something I really like about Owen and the stuff that he puts on is that's his main focus. If you get some good racing going on, people are going to be there. But it's more than that too. Get people there.
Yeah, this race this last weekend down here was cool because Jennifer, the one that posted that, she's an announcer there at the race ranch and at HMP. But the crowd was real interactive. You can't beat it when a crowd is cheering and yelling and getting excited, and then a driver gets out of the car excited, and the whole crowd goes nuts, and they're yelling and hollering. I mean, that excitement from a crowd does more for a driver than anything I've ever imagined, right? So I love to see that. And man, who wants to get out of the car with like 50 people there, right? That sucks. Like, let's get out of the car when there's 1,000 people up there. That's what it's about, right? I mean, you guys know, y'all both race, so y'all know it's.
Yeah, I've won the last race of the night. I've won the last race of the night, and you get out and everybody's gone because it's late as fuck. You're like, hey, this sucks. And then I've also been there when there's a huge crowd and the driver just gets out of the car and is like,
right.
It's like, be excited. You just won, dude. I know you're out of breath. We're all out of breath. Just get out, at least put some dents in the roof. Let's get excited about it. Get the fans on their feet. I'm a fan just as much as I am a racer. So I think definitely getting fans more involved is something that's lacking a lot on the racing side of stuff. Because when I was a kid, dude, it was like intermission always had something going on. We were always doing something. Something was always there's bicycle races and then some kind of fan shit going on every night. And now you just don't see that a lot.
And unfortunately, I'm going to say I can't remember whose line this was. It's not mine, but I'll put it on announcers too. You don't really miss them or think about them until you don't have a good one. It's like It's like when you go somewhere and there's a shitty announcer, you're just like, man, this guy sucks, and then you're like, oh, so and so. Then you're really appreciating those good ones.
Yeah.
and good sound systems. Our local track that we go to, and they're trying to get along and kind of underfunded, but definitely uh, that not having a good sound system sucks up in the grandstand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell y'all, my foremost love is announcing. I would rather announce than promote any day. Just give me a job announcing, and I'm a happy dude. Uh, I pretty much tried to, over the years, I've tried to do what I can to make sure I can do any job. So I can score, I can announce, I can run the record, clean the shitters. I don't really care. I'll do whatever racetrack needs. So that should be the promoter's job, is whatever the racetrack has. There's nothing you can't do. And but foremost, I love announcing. And I had a few years where I quit when I sold the racetrack here. I started announcing at Texana, and then I started announcing at I-37. Next thing you know, I'm back in the business like deep with every weekend. I'm either at Texana or I'm at 37. I'm announcing. Me and Milton are announcing over at 37 every week. And I love announcing. It's so much fun just talking to people. I sit out in the crowd and bullshit with them, and they all look at me like I'm crazy. And then, I talk shit to them, and they love it, just like you guys talking shit on here. It's a lot of fun. Announcing's a blast. It really is. And the whole key is how do you entertain them? How do you get them engaged? And always try to tell them what a push is, what a loose car is, what is this or what is that. I happen to know enough about racing, being a promoter for many years and doing what I do, that I understand everything about it. Right, I understand everything's going on, and when something breaks, I can see it and understand it. So I talk about it, and that's what most people get kind of excited about. Was like, ooh, we actually knew what was going on because this guy tells us.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoy. I mean, you got to tell the fans what's going on, and they get engaged then, right? Like, oh, I get it. When they don't understand what the hell just happened, and I try to tell them what the call was. My bet the call is this. I'll go see if I can find out what it was. At my racetrack, I can tell them because I'm probably making the call or making the call.
Black flag, that son of a bitch. Yeah, I think he's black flag for the night. I think he's done.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell him, hey, that was one solo spin. That dude's headed to the pits. He's done. So So I think announcers, it's a total different job. It's like you said, it's an entertainment piece. It's the biggest entertainment piece on the property. That guy or girl has to entertain the folks we have there, and it's so important.
And you don't realize how hard it is till you've been invited up to do it. And I'd raced a lot. They invited me up when I was having an off night to sit in the booth because one of the two announcers that they had was gone. And just being able to constantly talk and try and keep people entertained, like, it's a chore. It's definitely an art form in itself.
So I think it might have been the first time or one of the first times I met Owen. I was down at the race ranch. This is a couple years ago. My buddy Jared was there, and we had some stuff going on, and I got invited to come up during time trials for the limiteds or sport mods. And anyways, and you're up there and you're announcing the there's not like a huge crowd, but there's a live feed going on. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come up there. Well, I get up there and Owen just hands me the mic, and I think you actually said that my name was Jesse.
I did.
Yeah,
I called you Jesse.
Yeah, which
wasn't an insult.
Yeah, he gets called Billy a lot. So, but I was glad that he called me Jesse because then I did such a poor job. Because I don't know. I can't. My vision fucking sucks. I had LASIK 20 years ago. I don't know. I can't see shit no more. And I don't know a lot of these drivers. It's a lot of South Texas guys, and at that time I really wasn't familiar with a lot of them. And I'm up there just like, fuck. Like I'm trying to announce what's going on, And then the lady, I don't remember her name. She's in there doing the scorekeeping, and she's like, "Look, this is who's at the top." And then so once I get that figured out, that's hard to do, and I've kind of been in that situation a couple of times trying to announce. It's like, let me tell you what I'm seeing. It might not be. It's probably not what anybody's going to want to hear, but I'll say, hey, that is screwed up, But and it's hard for me to not cuss too. I try to keep her.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fucking up out there. I can't say that
Yeah.
on a loudspeaker.
The
I
night
did that
that
to Billy because I needed to go get a beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought he was just gone for a second. I look, he's in the infield. I was like, oh my God.
the night I announced there was a lady racing, and she had just married a buddy of mine. But
at the track?
No, they didn't do it at the track. But I was drinking, and I called her by her old last name the whole night. So that was I had to apologize to my friend and all that when that was all done.
Whoops.
Like, hey, you guys hadn't been married that long. Come on, it was on.
Yeah, come on. It's not even on paper yet.
Yeah.
The ink ain't dry. It's okay.
Yeah.
But this is Skinny here. He's one of our sponsors too. But he's talking about his nephew John, which I know he's probably a bang up announcer because he's an entertainer. He sings, he plays guitar, he does.
While he's announcing,
he probably would. I don't know. But
hey, you're at Bakersfield Speedway. You're probably doing all right as an announcer. I promise. They ain't gonna hire nobody. I'm sure that's a good speedway to be announcing at. I mean, I'm sure he's doing a bang up job.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and they've been around there. He's just been around the racing and all that stuff since he was a kid. So,
well, that's what it takes. Right? It takes somebody that understands the business. As far as it don't matter if you're a racer or promoter or whatever you've done, but it takes somebody that understands a little bit.
There's a guy named Troy Morris III, and when he was a little bitty kid, his dad, they bought him a set of flags, and he would flag from underneath the flag stand with his own little set of flags.
I love it when kids do that shit.
And then then they let him flag some races, and he did a great job as he got a little older than what he was. Now he drives modifieds, and he's doing a great job at that. But I guarantee you, once that's past his time, he'll end up a flagman somewhere because he was badass.
Yeah.
Hey, so we were at Deep South Speedway for the Clash on the Coast, and me and KR are sitting up there in the box. I'm running the score, and he's running the race. He's race directing. I'm scoring, and there's a guy that I don't know what he had. He obviously had a disability. He was not right. Really nice guy, and he brought his own flags in his walker, and he kind of got out there in front of the crowd. And, I hope Peyton and them ain't watching because I don't want to hurt the flagman's feelings, but this dude was better than the flagman. Like me and Carol, this guy's kicking ass. This guy's good. We need this guy in the flag stand. What are we doing here? And he's got a receiver in his ear, and when Carol called a caution, the flagman ain't throwing nothing, but that guy's already throwing a caution. He's like, I'm on it, man. And we were like, this guy's way ahead of our flagman here. What are we doing? But it was crazy. But yeah, so it kind of sang Corpus back in the 90s. Trying to think of his damn name, but there was a kid that would do the same thing, and he turned out and he flagged for me for a while when I took Corpus over. But he started off, and his dad was a racer, and he would go up there and do exactly what you're talking about. Just a little kid waving a flag. And next thing you know, man, he was a hell of a little flag man. And he wound up, like I said, he flagged for me for a little while, and he got real religious and didn't like when I would say like that was a dumbass or something. So he decided to move on, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So Jessica said,
we don't wear no Texas Longhorn jerseys.
Jonathan, I hadn't been able to get all his comments up, but that's always something that he enjoys. The kids, I think, and that's just another thing that involves the kids, and you know that like he wants to get there to the races every weekend and flag that,
When I remember when I was a kid, it seemed like there was always something going on for the kids. I remember, I'll tell you one hardcore memory I have as a kid at the races. This was back when we ran at Thunder Mountain, which was only open a good 10 or 11 years maybe. And that's where I got to start racing and everything like that. But, man, they had such a cool, like souvenir stand.
Yeah.
We would go and they like the glow sticks just something simple like that as the glow sticks. Every kid in that whole damn place will be glowing all night. And I always just think, as a kid, I just remember that. Like, it's weird going to the races now and you don't see kids running around with little checkered flags or glow sticks, just because that was such a staple in the '90s, you know.
And then with the flags to go down into the pits afterwards and have the drivers sign them.
So when I was in Australia, this is the second year I got to go, and even though they rained out this year, they had a pit walk deal, and after the races ran out, they all came in the pits. Now, last time we all went out on the front straightaway, and we had some little deals for people to sign and everything, and I bet I signed a few hundred autographs during that this year, and the race is already canceled and stuff. And I think that's a real neat deal, is getting kids and adults alike, you know, the fans involved, is have an opportunity for them to meet the drivers and get them to sign autographs, at least at these big shows.
Yeah.
And like the way Owen runs stuff, it's such a smooth deal. You might have some time to do something like that. You know, it's not like and we're still gonna get out of there by 10 or 11 o'clock. You know.
I bought a bus. I don't know if Dragon Slayer knows this, but I bought a bus from Kevin Sestaire.
I know the bus.
Billy drove that thing all the way from Paris, Texas to Corpus, illegal as hell. Like, I did get insurance because I wasn't going to leave Billy totally hanging. I got insurance on it for 2 days. I did a 2-day insurance deal. It actually had insurance. Yeah, and the heater blew the whole time. I think until you cut off a heater hose. But so the bus is the kids' bus at the track, right? And so we got this kids club. Every kid that joins gets a free T-shirt with kids club and the bus on it and all that stuff. We do a lot of what you're talking about. We do glow sticks and glow necklaces. We do these little damn wands that are light up, and you know, we give these kids all kinds of stuff, trying to get the kids involved and come back. And then every week we do rides, right? Whether it be after intermission, wherever we can. We can't really do rides at intermission when there's a wedding. But when there's nothing else going on, we'll do some rides at intermission for a few minutes. And man, the kids come flock into there and one more lap. That's all I hear. One more lap. And I drive like a damn maniac. So they like shit out of it. And I get yelled at because every driver's meeting I say, hey, slow down in the pits. And I drive through the pits. It's like 90 miles an hour in a damn bus. And then I'm like, you're the dumbass here. So I get it. But anyway, man, those kids and building that whole kid deal and the kids clubs and what we all got to do as race promoters and racers is get kids involved. I mean, what else can we do to ever be successful?
Well, I have a friend, Billy Simpkins, and they have, I can't remember what they call it now, and I just thought about it, or I would have had it. But they have a program with special needs kids, and they pair them up with a different racer. The track lets them in, whatever,
That's cool.
And they pair a special needs kid up with a different racer. That racer usually brings some stuff for that kid, whatever. They just really try and involve them, and it's
super cool.
That's an awesome deal. And then, as I don't remember which one come first, but they actually have a prom for all these kids that don't get to go to a normal prom. And it's not, like I said, I don't remember if it started with the race deal or it started the other way, but he does a thing called Be Tough Magazine. And maybe I'll share some stuff over, because it's great ideas. But definitely,
absolutely,
being the racer, you know, having the special needs kids involved with the racers is an awesome thing that he does. A Night to Shine, the prom thing, is just a huge, massive deal. That's a heck of an undertaking. But that, and then my other buddy, Chris Kearns, he always has small trophies made, and there's one honorary main event winner for every main event. So one kid gets a little trophy and gets his picture in the win picture. And
that's great.
That's cool. I know I make a lot of trophies for him, and he's like, he pays quite a bit for kids trophies. But that's a part of what he does.
That's
And
great.
I
That's
think
great.
he's going to be on next week too.
Okay.
Is I think what's going to happen. But
Awesome.
yeah,
we're trying to go on a promoters run here and get a few guys.
There you go. Yeah,
guys
just
like you know.
all we want to do is talk about it too.
Me and you talked about that is promote, the promoter side of things.
Yeah, and you get KR on here. He's great, and
Yeah.
there's some other great. There's a lot of great promoters in Texas.
Yeah,
So
we want to get Peyton and KR and
Peyton's
Stearns
good.
Skinny
Yeah.
right here, the dream team. That's what they call it, the dream, when they pair the kid up with the and just it's awesome.
Next comment's funny to me. This one, oh no, I was talking about Joey Giles getting the wives and daughters involved, right? So one of the ideas, me and KR are constantly working on how do we improve and do things innovative, like change things up. So I don't know if y'all realize I know Billy does, but we did a skeet sheet in Corpus for qualifying positions in the top 6. They had to go skeet.
That thing was crazy.
Yeah. So one of our ideas, or we kicked around, was with my Crown Vics, is bringing 6 Crown Vics. Your wife or significant other has to race for your qualifying position.
That's awesome.
And I really think a great divorce lawyer to sponsor that would be kicking ass. Right? So me and KR talked about having a good divorce lawyer as the sponsor and having your wife race in a 6-car field, top 6, right? They're all qualified in. Now y'all ladies, get in the Crown Vics and go racing. Here we go. And however they finish is how the husband starts. Would be a pretty entertaining piece.
Absolutely. You might not have any Crown Vics left after that. Just
but
some races that I've seen, but man, what a great idea that is. I think that would be that'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
Oh,
totally
absolutely.
Different, right? Totally draw some people to go, wow.
Yeah. One of the most entertaining things I've ever seen was a powder puff race. I've seen a lady get turned and she's nosed against the back straightaway wall and another car shoves her all the way down the back straightaway. I don't know how she flipped. There was like 3 red flags in like a 10-lap race of this powder puff. It was so entertaining.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of got to stay fresh, right? We're constantly, how do we get better? How do we do something cool for every deal, right? So that's the innovative part and innovative event services is how do we do better? I tell y'all, at the Assenhofer Summer Shootout coming up in a couple of weeks here in Texana, we're all going to the car lot because it's a car lot. Assenhofer is I think a Chevy dealership, and they're going to put key fobs in a bucket. You got to draw a key fob, and then you got to go around and see which car opens, and then you're going to get like the glove box and see what number's in there. And that's going to be your number. That's where you're drawing. But we're all going to do something with the dealership to get the sponsorship involved, right? Get the sponsors involved in something like that. So that's a whole nother piece that we're working on to pull together something that's super cool and trying to just, how many people just go draw a poker chip out of a bag? Man, we all done that shit. We all rolled a dice. So let's do something totally different. Let's get our sponsors involved, our wives involed, or whatever.
Really make it random. Really, I was there for the skeet shoot deal.
The skeet shoot's random.
I think I might have been a little hungover to be listening to a bunch of guns, but man, that was such a neat deal. That was like because you didn't know who was going to be good at it, and neither did they.
Right.
It was. I don't think any of those guys had really much experience shooting. So if you're into racing as hardcore as a bunch of these guys are, you don't have time to be fucking around with shooting quail and all this dumb shit. You know what I mean? Shooting skeet. So it was a very entertaining day. And
Gyro was the worst shot of the whole bunch.
Yeah. I was like, did you even try? Yeah.
He's gonna be pissed. I don't know if he's watching or not, but he's gonna be pissed. Yeah, but that was a cool deal. That's a fun event, I think. And I don't know if you know it, Billy probably does. The winner of the skeet shoot kept the shotgun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to get a shotgun. It didn't cost him a damn thing to come do this. Right?
He had all kinds of embroidered stuff and everything that he had done for it. It was everything was customized.
Yeah.
It was
Everybody got a
it was
knife, an engraved knife.
knives and
Six was good.
man, it was such a cool deal, man. That was definitely a very unique way of doing stuff.
Liz is asking you.
Yeah.
This is good.
Let's see. Do I remember Lone Star at a bikini contest? I don't remember that. That might be a little bit before my time.
He would remember that if he saw it.
Yeah, I would have remembered that. Now my dad might remember that.
Right.
I'll have to ask Doug about that. Doug Ingalls. Every time I see Doug, me and him talk about something from the 80s or 90s, and he'll tell me, he said, all right, now this is how we used to cheat back then. So I love talking to Doug, and I'm definitely going to bring that up to him next time I see him because I love the Ingalls, man. They're such good people.
Talking about the bikini contest, a lot has changed just kind of in what is okay to do, because like when I was young racing three-wheelers, like the guys just mugged the trophy girls down and kissed them. I mean,
and I seen a track. I forget what it might be like $2 Pistol Speedway or something. I don't remember what the deal was. They were talking. They have trophy girls, and now if you don't take pictures with the trophy girls, you don't get your winnings. And I understand that from like a sponsorship point, like something it's got, but then people are raising hell about it, man. I'm like, man, who gives a shit? Back in the day, man, they'd be macking them down. Yeah, see, you have some good female drivers out there hard racing with the boys. I went wild when Jenny won the Fireball class last weekend. Lexus and Brianna did a great job, and the women responded to that. Yeah, I agree. It seems like there's a lot more women drivers down that way than up this way. You don't see as many women drivers up here, up our way.
TJ's right. I mean, and we got some, and like Brianna Witchy, she's I don't know, third, fourth generation driver, right? So dad only had a girl. Guess what? She's racing. She does a great job. Jenny Barber's brother races. Obviously, her dad is practically a Corpus legend from those Speedway days. Yeah. So the girls do a good job. It's really cool. That's the problem with my idea about girls going out, because these guys are going to be like, oh, we're going to hire this girl's my girl tonight. I'm married to her tonight. You know what I mean? The guys that don't have a wife, or a girlfriend, so it makes it complicated. But I don't know. We'll work through it. And the ladies deal's cool, and some of them ladies are kick ass. They race their ass off, so you can't hold it against them. They're amazing. So we love our lady racers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I like. I might give them shit online, but I do enjoy watching the lady racers doing good out there, because it kind of like you break that stereotype a little bit. I always like that. So you don't want to be the Danica Patrick out there wrecking every week.
Yeah. Well, but the level she's at, it is what it is. She's
yeah. Well, shoot.
Well,
we've been there. You call it?
Yeah, we've been on here a while.
Yeah, we've been on here a little while, man.
We've sure enjoyed having you, Owen.
Absolutely, man. We've had a ton of comments. And what did you say? Somebody exotic dancers.
Exotic dance.
Hold on. Yeah.
I was around then too. I'm not going to comment.
Yeah. You're not going to comment. You was the one that was finding them. You was the recruiter. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Well, yeah. We went on for I don't know, a little over an hour now.
Yeah.
And, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, guys. Anytime.
Yeah, man. And you've got the link now, so anytime you want to pop on and talk shit to us about some dumb shit we're saying, just click on the link, and we'll bring you on, and hopefully I'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll just keep sending them stars, and we'll keep having a good time. Hopefully everybody send y'all some stars, and keep that beer money flowing, and let's keep rolling. thank y'all both for what you do, and it's fun. This is fun. It's fun listening to y'all every week. Whether you have Brad Dixon, full of shit all the time, and hell of a good dude. So or whatever. Can't wait. I can't wait to watch Billy at the Super Tech 600. So a lot going on. I appreciate both of y'all, and thanks for everything y'all do. And
We
see
might
y'all
need
soon.
big old screens up there just to cover the pit party for
Yeah.
the Super Tech.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
probably ain't gonna happen at that racetrack anymore. I'll leave it alone.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing you again, man. And thanks for coming on. We've had a blast, and I'll probably be drinking a beer with you here in a couple of weeks if I can make it down there.
Sounds good, partner. See you soon.
Man,
All right.
appreciate it.